Woke means? It means you're a loser. Everything woke. Everything woke. It's true. Everything woke turns to shit, okay? It's true. It's true. Look at what's happening.
Love him or hate him, Donald Trump is a political force of nature, impossible to ignore. His brash style and unfiltered remarks have made him one of the most controversial figures in modern history, stirring strong reactions from both supporters and critics alike. While his words resonate with some, they offend many.
I think that you're a friend to women.
I knew I shouldn't have picked her. I knew I shouldn't have picked her. All right, so let me give you that answer right now. I respect women incredibly. I have had women working for me in positions that they've never worked in terms of construction, in terms of so many different jobs. I had a woman who was in charge of the building of Trump Tower many years ago, before anybody would have even thought of it, and did a fantastic job. I have given women more opportunity than I would say virtually anybody in the construction industry. I have a daughter named Ivanka and a wife named Melania who constantly want me to talk about women's health issues because they know how I feel about it. And they know how I feel about women. I respect women. I love women. I cherish women. You know, Hillary Clinton said he shouldn't cherish. Well, I said, I do cherish. I cherish women. My mother was one of the great people of the world, maybe the greatest ever, my mother. I respect women, and I'm going to take care of women. You know, Jeb Bush didn't want to fund women's health issues. You read that. You saw that. And then he took it back later. I will take care of women, and I have great respect for women, and I do cherish.
Others applaud him as a crusader against what they see as unchecked political correctness. Over the next 9 minutes, you'll witness Trump's boldest clashes with woke culture, starting with the moment a self-proclaimed feminist attempted to call him out during a conference. She went so far as to indirectly label him a misogynist, but needless to say, it didn't go as she planned. Watch closely.
I get paid the same as a man, and I think you understand that. So, if you become president, will a woman make the same as a man, and do I get to choose what I do with my body?
You're going to make the same if you do as good a job. You're going to make the same if you do as good a job, and I happen to be pro-life. Okay? I'm pro-life.
In just a few words,
It's a masterclass in flipping the script. He didn't just defend himself. He went on the offensive, highlighting his track record of empowering women in male-dominated fields. But the exchange wasn't over yet. As a staunch feminist, she wasn't about to back down and quickly pivoted to the wage gap debate.
As part of our new credentialing body for teachers, we will promote positive education about the nuclear family, the roles of mothers and fathers, and celebrating rather than erasing the things that make men and women different and unique. I will ask Congress to pass a bill establishing that the only genders recognized by the United States government are male and female, and they are assigned at birth. The bill will also make clear that Title IX prohibits men from participating in women's sports, and we will protect the rights of parents from being forced to allow their minor child to assume a gender which is new and an identity without the parents' consent. The identity will not be new, and it will not be without parental consent. No serious country should be telling its children that they were born with the wrong gender, a concept that was never heard of in all of human history. Nobody's ever heard of this, what's happening today. It was all when the radical left invented it just a few years ago.
With just a few words, Trump dismissed the entire notion of a systemic wage gap, reducing it to a matter of individual performance. But he wasn't done making waves. In a video he personally released, he waded into one of the most heated cultural debates of our time. With his signature bluntness, he declared what many think but few dare to say: there are only two genders.
And by the way, we should not allow men play in women's sports. So crazy. See, it just shows you what these political geniuses, I have all these consultants, all these great... Sir, don't say that. It's very controversial. That's not written down anywhere. I just said, this might be a good time. So they said, don't do it. And that gets the biggest hand of everything. Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy.
But Trump was just getting started. His crusade against woke culture was far from over. Up next, we dive into another explosive controversy, his stance on trans athletes in women's sports. As he takes the stage to weigh in, the audience's reaction speaks volumes about where many Americans stand on the issue. Clip 6. And this is where it gets wild. Trump has a story about this issue that's so outrageous, it'll leave your jaw on the floor. Just watch.
Tell the story of the great swimmer, great female swimmer, wonderful woman, beautiful woman. She's been swimming for many years. She wants to break the world record. And she's at the pool and she wants to break it by 1/8 of a second. That's like fast. And she's going to do it. She's getting ready. And she looks down. She sees all people she's been competing with for years because they rise to the top. And she looks over here and she sees people. But then she looks and they call this. They say this. She's somebody with a man's body. That's what they do. They call it. I said, you think it's okay to say that? That's actually the expression they're using. They'll change that soon. So I have to do it quickly. I have to say it because they're going to change it. And you know the guy, he was named Female Athlete of the Year. Did you know that? It's true. He was just named female. We're not dealing with things that are so easy here, Newt. This is a difficult, crazy world. You'd almost say, is the world going crazy? Because 99% of the things I'm saying are common sense. But she looks over and sees her friends down there, and then she looks and this guy is massive. He's got a wingspan. He's got arms that are 30 feet long. And I always say, and she was seriously injured during the meet because he swam so fast that he gave her major wind burn as he went by her. And she didn't break the record, but he broke the record that day. You know what the number was? 38 seconds. So she wanted to break it by 1/8 of a second, and he broke it by 38 seconds. Or the weightlifter, I think it was like 218 pounds. I know, that's a lot. I can't lift it. I don't know who can. Any of our ex-Trump people, they're all Trump people. Kevin's saying he can lift it. I don't know about that, Kevin, but that's a lot. 218 pounds, and she got over that weight, and she was going to break it. They put a 1/2 ounce here, little tiny ring on top of these big barbells, dumbbells, and they go, and she went like this. She got it. Stood for 11 years. And her mother and father are screaming, you got it. You got it, darling. I'm so proud of my girl. Well, she couldn't do it. And then this guy comes along. He's named Alice. And he looks at the weight. World record. We could have put another couple of 100 pounds on. I think he would have lifted it. It's so disrespectful to women. And they say it's politically incorrect. It's so disrespectful to women. So horrible. So unfair. It's so unfair.
But Trump wasn't done captivating the crowd. A Trump rally isn't complete without his signature brand of humor, and this moment is no exception. Watch as he proves he's not just a politician, but an entertainer who knows exactly how to work an audience.
I'll tell you what, if I were ever, I'd be the greatest women's basketball coach in history. Because I don't like LeBron James. I like Michael Jordan much better. But I'd go up to LeBron James. It doesn't matter. I'd say, LeBron, did you ever have any desire to be a woman? Because what I'd love you to do is star on my team that I'm building up. I will have the greatest team in history. They'll never lose. Nobody will come within 70 points of this team. Now, we have to change that, and we have to make it okay to talk about it. You know, the young lady I was talking about is afraid to talk about it. She's shunned and she's canceled when she talks about it. This is crazy, right?
Trump's final words hit hard. We're afraid to talk about woke culture because it can get us canceled. And it's not just politicians feeling the heat. Everyday people are holding back, fearing the consequences of speaking their minds. As woke culture grows, so does the fear of backlash. Throughout this video, Trump has positioned himself as a defender of women's rights. But when faced with this seemingly simple yet politically charged question, what is a woman? His response was anything but ordinary.
Big questions being put to lots of politicians right now is, what is a woman?
I'm not going to respond to the question, but a woman is somebody that swims at a certain time and doesn't get beaten by 38 seconds by somebody that wasn't even a good swimmer as a man.
And there you have it. These were the moments when Trump sparked controversy and offended millions. Love him or hate him, he never holds back. If you watched until the end, don't forget to subscribe for more.